What's up YouTube? It's Nick540 here coming at you with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the uses and differences in my 64GB iPad, which you can see over here with the screen on, and my 60GB HP netbook. Now each one of them has its own functions and uses in my daily life, and currently I've been using the iPad quite a bit more. I have found it more practical, but I've also been using it more because it is a newer device. Now let me go ahead and show you some of the programs and applications I use on the iPad and how they come in use with my everyday life. So here's my iPad here. It is the 64GB model, and it's got a couple of programs here that I've downloaded. I've downloaded Pages, Numbers, and Keynote, as well as a calculator. And I do use these programs for my work constantly. So it's kind of taken over from using my netbook. I also have been using an Exchange so I can access my work email from here, and it's also quite quick for surfing the web, and I cannot wait till multitasking comes out for the iPad, probably around November. The Pages is great for creating just documents that I have to do for work. I use the Numbers almost daily for my own financial benefit, and I also use Keynote for making presentations at work, and a calculator here. It's also good with the added features of having video, which you can hold quite a few videos, photos, and the iPod right there. I also have a remote desktop connection here, which was a free download, so I can access my work desktop computer from my iPad. And I also have a couple other things, the Weather Channel, New York Times and whatnot, and then some games. So all around, I find it quite a useful device. It has everything I need from games to work, email, and it's quite quick with the internet. Now the version that I have here is the Wi-Fi only. There's no 3G, as you can see here. And I really do use this quite a bit. It's a lot more portable for me to take to work compared to my netbook. The battery life is also quite a bit better. Now let me go ahead and talk about my 64GB netbook. So here it is. It's the HP 60GB. I apologize, I said 64, I meant to say 60. And it is quite a good machine. I do use it quite a bit, not as much as my iPad, because my iPad is now kind of primarily taken over this machine, but this one does have its uses. I do find that if I'm wanting to use particular Microsoft Office, this is hooked up with Office 2003, that this computer does quite well, and it also has the ability to hook up to a CD drive, an external drive. It has right here a USB port and another USB port on the side here. And it is got good wireless as well. So I really do use this one for transporting documents. This was my main one I took to work. It is still quite skinny, but the main thing I use on here is the Microsoft Office. So they each do serve their purpose. This one I don't really take to work anymore. It kind of has turned into a living room computer. I do have it hooked up to a remote desktop at work, as well as the iPad. The main difference between these two, I would say, are battery life. The iPad has about 10 hours of battery life, and the HP netbook, I've been able to get about 3 or 4 max. It's not very good. Also, the charging time on the HP is quite a bit longer, and it's quite a bit slower than the iPad for internet, and I'm on the same wireless system in my house here. So those are some key differences with regards to just general networking and daily use. Now I would have to say that some of the features of the iPad that I also really like are the ease of use with the applications. There's no gaming involved with the HP. You can't really do much gaming on there. The apps that come along that you can purchase and some of the free apps on the iPad make it more of an entertainment device. Now on the upside, the iPad 64 gigabyte is going to set you back about $850 Canadian, whereas the netbook there was about $349. So there is quite a bit price difference. It really depends on what you're looking for in terms of a portable device. If you already have an iPhone, maybe the iPad's not for you and you need something with, you know, Microsoft Office attached to it, then, and you want to, you know, spend a little bit less money, then I'd go for the HP. If you have a little bit bigger budget and you can hook it up to your Office remote desktop and download some of the Pages keynotes and numbers applications on there and use them to your advantage, I would recommend using the iPad. Now, as I said, both of them I like quite a bit, and I like having the variety within my daily use. As you can see from my desktop, I have both a compact and I have an iMac late 2009. I use both these computers in this day and age. I think it's good to have experience on both Macs and PCs, and they both do serve their own purpose, and that comes the same with the portable devices. I feel that it's important to have both an iPad and a netbook. If you have the money and time for it, I do use both of them. So it's a matter of preference. If you can only afford one, I would say go for the iPad, but that's just because of the uses that I use it on every day. So this is Nick 540 coming at you. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at nmorley, MORLEY 8 @yahoo.ca. Thanks a lot.